Hi, welcome to Sportsfix. I'm Ed.
And I'm Liv.
Welcome along, Olivia. Nice to have you on the show. Bit of a sparring partner for me this week. Now, this week's programme was going to be all about the new Johnny Wilkinson, the wonder kid of English rugby, Danny Cipriani.
Oh, that was before the England debutant got snapped outside a nightclub when he should have been tucked up in bed, really, dreaming of scoring the winning try at Murrayfield this weekend.
And as a result, like most of this week's programme, he had to be axed from the team to face Scotland in the Six Nations. Nice one, Danny boy.
Poor old Danny boy. Now, he claims he only went to the club to give tickets to a friend. Of course, totally understandable. He had to go all the way to a nightclub in central London just to give his mate some tickets in person.
Couldn't give them to anyone else.
Few days before the biggest game of his life.
Now, if I was that mate, if I was that guy, I would have said, thank you, Danny, for the tickets which you've given to me for free. Tell you what, mate, seeing as they're freebies, I'll come and collect them from you. How about when I've left the club, I'll come by your house, you know, maybe even send them round in a cab. It's not going to cost me much, is it? You stay at home, you know what I mean?
He's all heart.
He's all heart.
Danny Cipriani, all heart now.
No, of course, I think it's very sad he's not in the side. And he has apologised as well.
He is, and poor old Danny, we will miss him. Anyway, aside from Danny's woes, former England international Martin Bayfield's predicting an England victory. But he says, although Scotland are the underdogs, they will spring a surprise unless England are at their best.
They better be.
England do travel as favourites, but it's Murrayfield and it's difficult, and every team raises its game to play against England. Scotland have had a disappointing Six Nations so far, played 3, lost 3, but they're not a bad team. They will raise themselves without a doubt for England, but England, after that win over France, are very, very competent and very, very confident. They've got stars like Paul Saki, you know, and that guy will revel in an opportunity to do that again in Murrayfield, and we just hope he can, and we hope England can. I think England will win, but Scotland make it very difficult for them.
Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong in your house because your fella's Scottish.
I know. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
This could be the end of a beautiful friendship this weekend.
The game for me really is Ireland against Wales. Of course, if Wales win, they're practically on the verge of winning the whole championship, which would be hard to take as an Englishman.
I have to say I would struggle with that.
Yeah, and then on Sunday, of course, France against Italy.
France are playing Italy, of course, and you know, they'll be hoping to come back from their defeat to England. But they've got quite a new team, you know, they're fairly young players. So
well, Livermore's made a lot of changes to that side,
walk that,
and they should walk it against Italy. That'd be a big upset if they don't. Right, racing news now. Tony McCoy's won his fitness fight to return to the saddle in time for the Cheltenham Festival, which starts on Tuesday. I can't wait.
Look how excited he is.
Other than the Grand National, it's the only time I get really excited about horse racing. I'm even rubbing my hands together like I'm getting really excited.
It's tragic.
Can you tell?
Now, McCoy received a positive verdict from his recovery from a back injury from his own surgeon last week. McCoy, of course, has been out injured since hurting his back in a crashing fall in January.
Incidentally, when when I was looking for a picture of Tony McCoy,
people were working on this.
When I was looking for a picture of Tony McCoy, I came up with this fella. I tapped his name into our picture library. This, in fact, is a fella who's called Tony McCoy, but obviously he's not the Tony McCoy.
It's very
he is
impressive,
a sportsman.
Though. Look at him.
He's some kind of rodeo,
rugged.
ice hockey.
I'm thinking rugged. Just general all-round hardcore man. That's what
that would be interesting to see that at Cheltenham, I think.
Especially with a nice little frayed
Yeah,
flares.
with the little frayed flares coming down the straight up the hill at Cheltenham.
Well, anyway, moving on. Finally, time for a look at the weekend's football fixtures. Now, starting with the FA Cup quarter-finals. It may seem unlikely, but come Sunday night, there could be a semi-final lineup which includes just one team from the Premier League.
That's right. Manchester United's game against Portsmouth at Old Trafford will ensure one representative from the top flight gets through, while giant killers Barnsley play Chelsea at Oakwell.
Sunday sees Cardiff go to Middlesbrough, while Bristol Rovers' home game against West Brom will make sure one team from the Football League makes it to the last 4.
Yeah, interesting. The FA Cup hasn't really set the world alight so far this season. What's our with the Manchester United Arsenal? That's because you're like rugby players. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, the race for 4th continues to intrigue. Liverpool currently have the final Champions League place in their grasp and play Newcastle, a team, well, just hoping to stay in the division. Still no win for Kevin Keegan.
Blackburn will be hoping to keep their European drive on track against a Fulham side desperate to avoid the drop. Reading themselves fighting a relegation battle, playing Manchester City at the Madejski Stadium.
And Sunday gives Arsenal the chance to put some daylight between themselves and United at the top of the table. They go to the JJB to play Wigan.
Very nice.
Plenty going on this weekend.
Of sport.
Good luck to England and the rest of the teams, of course, in the Six Nations.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. Hopefully Liv will be back again.
If I'm allowed. That'd be nice.
Bye.
Bye.